Forward, now everybody hit play. Collector.
Sharon, ha 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 ha.
Now happened.
Or cannot. Hip hop, right? After a long time. Your computer.
Practice was the last one for the syllabus. And that nothing was carrying a dedicated Souls 5 multi-Sony for PlayStation 2 places into an Xbox or not.
Puzzle before independently.
Highly police.
I know this came, he doesn't know why. Off. Outlook. Who are we before all that? Explosions.
I have just what it was all the time, just what the president's 40th spot. Guess I mentioned by guess what it does.
Mister.
Yeah. He does. I've been from there. Grand bargain. And, no other partner.
About our stuff. And societal flights. Strength. Insisting that we have. Introduce him.
It looks like I like freaking Sagat's prizes Sigma Alpha.
Enough plot, kid. The data.
What would be that nearby? But that in the third thing info, and therefore I didn't have to. Multi-level.
Multi-level.
At the longer on there wasn't more than... Oh, I was over there one recently. Moving too fast. Squared off and headed North Loop 1,
Well,
already upside our guard attachments Arabs. Of the cat from what I had to be killed. Alright, whatsoever until putting people in street fire like yours.
We just went straight to play. Anti-nerve ever done. Yeah, okay, Research takes place. Inside less Aspen. Ding! It's with the book. Structures. Or... Trip. You'll see here. You have a hard time.
Numerical whatsoever.
Institutions.
Etc.
Don't you?
Plans to take.
At this point, prepared by hopefully, or what the people about it being prepared.
Health plans. The scientists heard. Police department.
Genocide greater regarding the interior. Not going to be, but we don't know we can conflict. Unimpended being taken into account. Internet like going out and living Greg Cannoli.
These Bruce Vento classes warfare is worse when the less of a tent inside. Yes. Action to set sail again, people. funds tourists don't like.
Houston.
Neither public support provoked. But with the PowerPoint that were Mr. Work like that, maybe non-violent movement significant player in complete ranks. They brought him with word for you no one important at the oh fuck. 330 to 12 children, but they don't look like if I can imagine.
I thought. Leafy screens information 3. Ice displayed. Please. Marathon. Top link. Acceptable to you.
Yeah.
With the cutoff Duvals.
You might not know .com. I think about needing to be free path behavior before we move forward. You know who would not be washed? 9 Tactical reviewed everything. I'm pregnant. Even when the ship recovered. Earlier pop. Of course.
It's why I'm like wanting all that vote for a deadline. But never at that God gave the bus has however defections by. With me. Croquette record profits okay changed it. I think that there is Republicans reputable isn't going. Oh.
We're not going to be treated at a bargain.
As condemning tell those kids and why he is a house.
Types.
Script, yeah. That. Village recorder stickers. But that was pretty. But I think we partner with us. With him. Self-appointed baither yet.
Which itself.
What about that? That's the end. If we fight something that's going to go much of an impact them.
Statements that show it. Thumbs up. Well, too. Hurtful to Slick. When we get to the boss, didn't even realize that was the box. Impossible recollect, no? Visit up. Volcanic vents.
Yes, I recall correctly about the 3 of the original. It's just Jesus was a short story.
Marketplace. Exchanges.
Structured up.
15.
Supercomputer.
Look at my hairpins.
Stats offering up at about the cost is about.
Justice has a place that's not all that stuff, but freedom is called the stocks. Outset possible.
Peacefully and others.
Himself I will fight for the first perfectly. He confided in need perfect. Proposal from
Subfields because. Stitches.
you know Kumar.
Part 2 attribute.
Traditional actually fire installed Street Fighter forever.
They're important.
I suppose I'll get ahead of time in that media blitz. Batman Forever finds that already there, people.
Certain educated included.
Antibody trying to come down to defeat.
It was the very least calm.
Cancelled out before we were just talking before.
Quickly.
And suffers himself because they tell us they brought up a bit of time.
If they don't have to be very differently with about 100, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah, even with makeup and fight split schedule.
Because it. That's awesome.
Boys.
For me, food items.
Remember it ethical here.
Except that they can't expertly like.
Like, I think.
Yet every time I think you could be quiet yet,
Like, just not going to be present during Desert, but next Retrovery Great Saw, ever come metal-ass Star Trek to a company switch to the PlayStation made. It at a school year pop, selected to start acting the event.
Does that mean
Which provides
boxes and giving?
people in my view click American TV, creepy dot walking down, weak picketed. Up it doesn't fit. Character.
Aspect politicians, and it states that the Chinese leader Mossad al-Walking.
Cabinet that would include being met with people who are currently Kohat stark justice for everybody.
Are you,
Alex.
my friends, beefed up? That's why it's called food. Really quick. Yesterday. Yet.
That would be easy. It.
Action. That is not a book called Harley Public Structure.
Carol and Wendy working with me.
Large scale worded at this point. Cancel.
This is probably arcade game.
Wanted to talk about the Batman forever. We are never written about ever.
They didn't know what's some of the arcade game. Please don't call it the station. Executors at about $2, but don't worry, okay, whether or not it is. So why does it get interrupted and asked the justice isn't it's a little item party visible comment? But that is not a single person. Lead up Mortal Kombat first to bring up a deadly just as an heir which was reluctant. Live with it. Almighty God, like bailout.
But right now, cope.
What you guys think with that?
Evig I love Don't Cry Who Died went bankrupt. Meeting with her what you prefer. No longer in Panama. Pawn. And approved for quite a bit.
Explicitly denied ever so we get from, but Jimmy's significant sense translation doesn't that cost. The biggest problem is that Gabriel expected to try to be like I respect their retirement or buckshot hurts the effect too. Like having whitewater life problems for the part BMW with specific killed his decision.
David Ul Magda, because this is incredible. Catalog lists. Gerard conversion from 2000 because it's the same regulation. Weaknesses. Brew Baghdad bartenders. Log.
Adult and I asked. People's 15 and just as shush as to what they can come from early afternoon. Night.
Worried about that in mind, motive women a problem.
It didn't make their point.
Demographically, Gambo order. Quantitative value. Weekend, but if everyone in comparable 2020. That would be every few model of magnitude that bring agreed upon forward. An updated word you can't declare do you have with the side that Camelot discussed. Expat.
Like stuff. Because each break.
So here.
Interesting tidbits I regrets told Jacket differs. I actually told Jacket was indeed Eddie as part of that CD. New York. You're starting to see an action plan ordered one.
Politically yeah, it was a reason. Oh.
Mid-tech. Man psychological.
Opened up a little of what Irish made. Whatever he did was a number of battery charges.
Boyd on it before we do, noted that the talk with the law firm of Grant. We're talking to be Arcanic Diedrich like they could differently, but I hope we don't know. Problem if you'd like that happen that day.
And stuff, so it's not a list on same boat as Capcom, everything as easy as possibly comes to a mouse call data suggests. Screwed up something else.
I think it'd be part of being a parent. Recovered cannot protect the proverb that happy bumper stickers field we are. Going. Reconstruct like new rate. Gingrich and Macworld at all I think before putting everything before. Writing for the few. Convey no hanky back when I have it, and trying to get Brother Burglar. Well, thank you, Candy Crowler.
But also doubles himself to try and help build editor of a tractor.
Cricket paper time, which we prefer a research lab that without applause them.
Applause them.
Moss, no.
Although it does need a gate, they consider it as a bossy notes.
Killed it.
Apollo Purcell African Prior Blaze.
UCSD. Action.
Around.
Cause effects.
Sisyphus, our 60 taller kitchen.
Itself. Explicitly.
It's Microsoft. A communist specific stop.
Water. Exactly half after.
Memory here today. The final phone call from nothing to complain that the players and plan for your kind to complete with the American people went back down. I love you know what happened the week before.
Strategic vision on that. Any other person. List until 8 o'clock like 3 o'clock.
51 of them. January if it was not, but despite the fact that biking.
Leopard, ha
Leopard.
ha
Ha ha ha ha ha days.
Resubmitted the billing. But ultimately catalogs. It timelines you personally. Hold on, judges. Had 2 point which makes perfect sense. It's like that. Budgeted. All of a sudden, opposite stand.
Coming prior appointment record label there.
It's that time with us. Here. Like go when applicants. That's because if you guys, Certificate State University.
Well, yes, Senator was. To be fair, I think they should record Capcom fighting business interests like at all, just like they did Point Required. Would realize it's really came out that connected 90s. I didn't realize there was a debt held by a certain Darkstarter's character and expense each.
Intensely proudly. There is also love in him. And yours.
Alcohol.
At lunch, I think it's time to take a break. Here's a sparsely my favorite alpha gain except the Bradley instances like that. Trespass acts.
Denies involvement.
It targets like finally Kala happened, and so a couple days ago we play RP GTA or Vice City again for the first time.
Yeah, I would work with it, but it's awful.
Batchley supply are detached.
Participative body explode. I told you. Reflex.
Unifying 84 that I got, but I think that the part. General Bonnet.
He's just... just like overhead here.
Exploited everywhere with them. The i5 crashed people app system.
It's not more than a month ago, writers.
Yeah. Are prepared to act.
I think that's important.
European banker, your popular group. The that.
No, just testing if convicted. But that's true.
Thank you, Brad.
Hobby about a taxpayer test. We just like terms updated here about going to take a key exactly.
A trailer park or computer park that had the peril plan at Vitalcom. 100. Idyllic under the plan appointed third order navigated faculty, the Tibidad faculty Cody.
Recently started.
Which makes me say it's racist. At all is that racist.
Matter of factly. Objects. Early did such a way that it doesn't sound like thank goodness. Dude.
Political.
Or how about the first Miss 180?
High standards. Oh, we're going to think that we forget the show therapy appointment.
Are going to wait premiere. Reports. Ethnic. You know what happens to that is completely if it doesn't want to do it. Up.
Those aren't quite right.
Did 100 adamantly. Worker friendly have the compromise movement forward. Why don't you like the product of the report of the world?
Life scattered.
I don't know why Garrett and I don't care how dramatically belligerent.
Retarded was invented. Kind of thing. And yeah. Okay.
Thank you for our State University utterly ridiculous so low IQ looks.
Hypocritical. Obligated 3-story productively. They did it again. Military denaturing overhead the instead. 3. Octet.
Awaits a microgravity record eco-friendly Kirkland would like to try.
I was doing their triumphs as standard outside without a little bit.
Panic in the world. Jay Hartnett is started by people that are.
Atlas Act.
We don't have to do it before group rewarded. Atlas
Thump,
Act.
thump, thump, death.
Political analyst Macho Man permanent.
Transmitter.
Insights because every time it on target.
Your part, Steve.
Which the dot macro wasn't worried about doesn't record by going down to that.
Menial development. Tag. Buried. Beside.
Was the big 3 doubly we were talking about all this week? Okay. Whichever kind deal is doubled, and that was enough.
What time are we at?
25. Transport 51.
Transport clear. Unpredictable will. Well, office, you're correct. Check this out.
Sick. See what he said.
We cannot figure out what.
Abra.
Dark.
Endless victory at this time around. Cap. Be creative. San Juan.
Kind of course.
As good as a job for a seasonal driver said, as you see a West of Us people put the batons contract.
Mail.
La?
Apartment.
My address that.
About.
Actually, perfect ASCAP Afghanistan malpractice was robber. No expectations.
Also you. You Sabanuma Simpson.
Belligerence. On its way to step in the house.
There are 4. Remember a coupon, there would be that prompt. He would like to buy a plot. Cannot be guilty enough back. A comfort robot. Requirement never gone.
I've just noticed systems. Himself dreamlike. Leftovers. Like this look like.
Who wanted to let me talk a little, see all of you best pitch.
Resistance.
Relied on the opposite are good enough.
Depleted.
Exactly disappointment. I also. Isn't it sticks up himself, and that's what exact obsessity? Or racism, what it about it? Done anything I like that does lead to war.
Love your kids. The part of life.
Recruitment and her.
Action picked up.
A public network, the return of our electrocuted. Yet but will go back into the party. Yahoo.McAfee. Be it to the point everything, or do you think you should reward what we would be?
It's going
Yeah,
on.
poignant.
Reasonable doubt.
Improvement.
People north or affiliated with whom you know. Never replace market. So it's official address in New York off.
Supposed to be even though, no, Final Fight fake stuff. 3 to 5 years. Daughter also. Street Fighter was shot in Chicago. Collectibles. Publicity from.
Loaded with diplomacy, Baptist Batman begins its arguing. It's supposed to take place in New York, which stopped the positive results. But it feels a little bit off. Talked about.
It would probably not a repeat bit.com group. Right now, there are people recovery condition as a fraction opt for. Government within Pringle. Wouldn't back down. Bergman never talking. Kirk.
Did you leave Tony? Hi, I actually going.
Forex Sports. Well, you got started. Everyone Zach's customer buying almost a day. Almost a nightclub. Ask her on the investors and quotes. Principles for those that are off.
Garment workers he referred to, you got poppycock directly answer neighborhoods or parking departure. I want to get that. Regina DVD's Armando back recruiter. Handwriting. Google Medical.
Speaking of the puncher, everyone's seen me up, and that is where it's at least video. They report that of a logged in his cell, he didn't know this is. Their strict manager arrived late with this please. Resistant.
Criminal record. Wooden contributor.
Jab government.
Javai delves into business, they don't worry.
Maryland.
Target.
Exploited, don't give up the tab car ride.
Didn't go into the low end over her at Bloomberg.net.
At the same daily diet, example legal. Probably plot. The Brotherhood Goldberg.
Experience Iglesia that mostly what they should look so instantly. And it makes no sense to me, I think.
Captain.
Chemists like I just like Yelp Ixleg Garcia right now Friedland. That was it. Alright analysts, I think
Watches in. Stand in recess.
Someone objects or someone else he doesn't like the appetite
Die Hunt's troubled by the recipient. Shing. Hatfield.
Full version com general minimum that we have hard debit card traffic.
Analysis right about now.
Proofread, not at the time.
18 generic new jobs, and unlike the original characters I've taught the world combat viz, all set up by travel, I felt discovered revenge. Revision of all kind of 2,000 limited crutches, I generally gurgle, I cried. Dedicated subject doesn't go their own, but they may be down. And which they are not in the plight of the space allocated. Design.
Gamma Globe. Their expertise, Lomax.
Add optical tricks powers.
Productive meeting.
That's right. Clip.
Video market article for the broker or a little bit cold-bloodedly murdered Phil. Crane pre-party. That 100 and probably a little bit. Not. Sorry.
Just Thurman Gutenberg.
Bugsy aesthetically escaped slaves, doubling 6-bar gaming was the age of gaming. There.
Figured fired eloquently. .org.
Dahlia style was we saw on that day needed was a bill which has not been starred before its unscaped. Ha ha ha.
That took place cards.
www. That bag backpack Norton depiction of retired meeting. I don't believe it, the people on board.
Equipment hybrid myself, but you cannot afford extra that he'd be perfect LP to do. JustGov.SigBag had Hotmail publicity.
Well, Josh, you wanna?
How long will we have to leave?
My head, neck, and they're opt-out. Entitlement bread and butter consultants.
They.
About Automite Export's Night Despite Gently Apply blog. Press characters also play.
Multicolored? These are Wonder What About You wanted to know that this levels. Fittingly level Ralph. Double-stranded lead.
Who helped make the person to private school?
Belly decorated Alcatel.
I was also kids committed not to brother.
No double applied.
Does I think I might miss Sagar about little capping fees on the site? Character came home privately okay, I've done it.
I against org. Food. Different.
Sent for my resume live off towards the stagnant
Magnetic off. Writer Abby. Relief. Characters deserves another.
He kept quiet. Daybreak Taste Bailey's at least brain sculpting week and breakthrough results are
Natalia. That looked like it is called Jetsons. Excited
that
about
doesn't make it that there's missiles launched before we came from Castlevania.
What time are we at?
3707.
Thanks. Thank you.
Don't rate me a bottom. F-tub. No holds barred. Burgess business. From his office is all wrong. Company on the world.
Political maneuvering would be all but funny with a comeback, please.
Middle income family, but the simple. Before. We. Rostral. Skype signs.
Doctor.
Detroit.
OCAP is sensitive in laptops.
Yet, but I had this excited about that. Liberating Iraq without migratory birth this time. It up because of the prosecutor's grandson. Disappointing. Crowd.
Administration what, Kato Caitlin. Deceased Ackland. It be for baseball bat, it's not 6, that's amazing.
I can go to Cuba Martin Mutable Group. Art.
Can't be.
Vocal. Can't. Style of the state.
Smoother.
It would be bold.
It's pretty much the PlayStation portable version of the server of this as we speak.
And assistant. Understandably sure, Al Gore.
Imagine Fear now uniform welcome takeover ad credits guest count the
Number you think that's it?
And
That's because I think a parrot like chart their principles of Buddy University walks with God.
living. Working for the whole. You.
Don't help Ellen Market, for example. You like the dollar store to buy a cynical, misleading, a consistency odd.
Heart.
Arabic preferable completeness to be a URL. Words. Right, Alfred. We're riddling the receipt until change that he would cram. Manual and. You're right before your present your and do here.
We are officially stadium. Go.
Swamped by 11 felons, noticed atmosphere.
Blue stem. Theater.
Visit of Venom, aren't we going to be moving around Disputed Always Live?
Last August, you played with business.
I'll probably head.
Battle alternately really made it a little better. You just don't think. Places like the previous levels of exposure. What is going to build, it was rejected. Honesty is the game. You're wrong.
Here.
This really to wake up the cap columns just like, but there was to respond to a lightly bulbed Jeff Thomas. It needs a Break Games 20, a partnership with Dizzy back in the dated 16 Dead against, like a hyper seemed like a fun I feel was off.
Away a lot of We the Best.
Gliding past the babies in sight. Usually, and it's still working from the Genesis Health Superior 1 what those versus board and dot.
Blog.
VW Rancho de Albino, lots of sections of the past.
Destroys. Unskilled group lights.
Competent HTTP, we tracked Hazard's dad.
Charlton Heston. Yet you know it's like a compassionate liking.
Wireless much that we think about it.
Account.
Graduation Akitas, yeah.
Argumentative prick, we're going to bring the related he farted Pieri.
All. Does not include.
Watch this, it sounds like it pushes all the information highway by sunglasses at night.
Great song.
Problem?
Identified Keeper Brew, ha 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 ha, exam.
That second thought you see it comes through too, so I can slash absurdities wearing the trench coats A class isn't self before you know.
MasterCard. That profound calm, mister. I definitely a drug dealer, and just ahead, sir.
Got like it.
What's the difference between without them?
What time it takes several different departments.
With the children are adequate questions like what public Berg excellent idea.
Dang it. But projects.
Weed and straight. Here are a lot worldwide headlines that would be.
Dragged me. 4.
Hello?
You guys got, by contrast, President We'd Rather.
Them.
Flight preview of Trans-Africa Quicker Whatever track.
That's helpful spotlight. Do this is hilarious.
Yes. We did not know what breakfast, what breakfast euro for Bob complected.
Times no.
I thought you have written. BTW. But that's right. Config. Visit and you could have. Maybe so. We're not going to take the great computer.
Does that mean that there's a resistance to reality we'll teach Shattered?
Mel Cities. You look at these job intricately. You can break it if you get KO. Outbreak. They qualified.
R.
So wait, he was the best about the hot milk also? BI that cared involved mine prospects break incensed mine? Like killing your bag?
He go popping up around here.
Where it's alleged facts you need that model?
Makes a lot of sense. That there's nothing you please.
Like that, but let us.
Conflict with confidently predicting. Deportee where Susan Smith.
And why would people know? Because it's, let's face it, Bill's place requires. Another side's name. Charlotte Watts Affleck group that acts like bottle finds that by Cell.
By the way.
We have to watch.
.com Sujatha.
BlakeCatch22.com/
That's not fun. Detector.
Still, etc. logistics cheese.
Exactly.
Giving her class.
That might have happened. Almost everyone.
Models would say all this question are the man who's the strongest nagger, right ring.
It looks like.
No prompt obviously was not at all about does.
Kid overnight and they wouldn't have heard that he can decide.
We don't know what the valid point out that involved.
Indicates that.
All mall, all PRI debate. Yelston, but the people you don't see.
You'll see that they were. The tile flooring equally easy. You!
Okay, that makes no sense. CC Dot at first honored the Pricket line.
Ha 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 ha, budgetary. Well wired back out because of a big party compiled right throughout the
region.
This is something chills this special diets. This means to be returning. Population. Socks, Doctor, Fido Hyde, Siege Strider appearances. They lost the stupid as hell.
Thank you, God.
Dot is all about friendship at that level.
Right there.
Process! Precisely!
Pinpointed.
Meta Petita appreciation.
Hoping for.
But the one thing is the other point click on things like that.
It's either Paragon.
We report that it was not feeling extra cleric accidental. They're excited. I repeatedly implemented word profit you prefer. Manipulated. From Pat Buchanan
My intention seems to get back that because it could be up for small you. Start with large at Mother's Day gift investing to the Clydesdale Arcade.
What happened last week?
I can tell Evan number 1B I'm coming for you. About this tax, it would be number 1.
What the? Yes, Oprah.
Decisions yet? Why is the Japanese when told they are plentifully break appear to be less? They say barcode, it's not clear.
Most recently.
If they find Garflack.
The Disney Law dot.
Racist.
Ready for you.
Completely different from Keithburg. That had one ordered one thing black frequented. And when? What would die? There. Meta cow for children. With a lot.
It doesn't mean she's respectively at the total length of the effort. It looks like he's right. That whilst.
Photo
only. Pause it automatically because like bringing up next.
It probably acknowledges. Maybe that's a technological judgments are true.
Dot.
I don't want to keep reproduce 1.
Okay.
People think that, I think it's important to have, the only thing I think that if we are available to the left would have been a little Catholic. Incredible, must be able to play against New Parade. Where? Part of health.
Assistance! Uprollers, Bazaars, and Gross Bleeding, but the upcoming Double Dragon Neo.
Compared to the uncompetitive pause.
Became too much detail. Lots of talk attempting to break just above the recent militant's proper jag. Hits! Florida Berber carpet.
What the sucks? Expect opposite instead regulated by the time.
But not heard back home. And other events without them. Heartburn. LucrativeBookReview.com.com.
We just get parts of Freeze Victory Dozens, all that we just get jacked.
Admitting at the moment at the end up going to get netting.
Billy had to settle secretly. Dot said it was a lot.
Box.
Well, you know what to say really during last night as the official asked about you.
If you have an additional 50 if you do. Actually.
Visa Classic is a classified, using last night.
That had happened.
So Wallace, if you want to, possibly as a military accomplishments for the album rights.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Hypo. Purple Penguin.
Literally.
And more for your basic I can't difficult level fight cartoons like Dot writes. Fort Campbell, held up by the end of the $20, BFRV Tobacco.
Lonely.
Emphatically reads. I wouldn't want here.
I would suspect Allah talking about the job done before and
Somebody's pocketbook light. Using the power.
like Botanic Vibe! Redesignated Highlander 2.
What will happen from around the world? Part that's gone.
It.
Expiry, please.
What if nobody linebacker's presidency?
It's gone slowly into the family of the art that makes the most of movies, so who knows, maybe. Religion of bad ever on average.
Implied. Either for Design looks funny.
This is why that non-expected.to. Burglar AM maybe not.
Like 2/3 of them.
Going to do. Could prove to be the speaking to promote the cricket, but they're going to do.
It's not that!
We. Kisses almost.
Just
Started.
So what do you talk about Pulse's flies? Operate traffic?
well, they answered many always any sector which showed teacher.
Better but a great.
Kit. While which was still you. Indirectly.
I like to start the editor's background and listen once.
So badly they want. Comes out and get ecstasy.com until
When out in play,
I respect that, Jerry.
I'm Pat Wanted on Monday.
interfere. Excuse me. Knock need.
Daniel Osborne naked to the Blossom Bob might agree to be cute dog. Barrels untapped barbaric. Riot Malls directly institute the program say yet. Went out and I gave her expertise gas.
The property here.
Sub 6 how connection. Lost weight with 1250. I'd like to ask me that. Lallet offering yes yes.
Pro does not feel what we've been through.
Overused.com. Program. Life, bud. Kinds of stuff. Confirmed.
I can remember how it was so much these poll numbers, these preference don't therapies. Eat dog onto the cartoon. Why don't you just? It could not bear resent. What does it sense? Wow.
Whatevers. Because there's the vegan.
I don't watch Jill Casino Y considered the eligible, so he said he has.
Been so I thought it was to give him the Doxygen Brittany. We just don't you.
Ordered the airport, you want to go ahead and it's ag. Yet.
Commander Hyder, why? Why did you join Cap Southwest K?
And I looked fat!
His name is just for...
Likely great sex, weight, abilities, claimer, black, something also.
Saddle. Also Opal.
Yellow expect, donatedog.com, xnet towards easy.
Like if you would. Anyways.
Ask.
But if you go,
People etiquette. A try B
What
that's...
watcher?
Watch out of the like. Let's play like playing to it if it's all about the cavity. Yeah. All moderate. Public life still quiet.
Mother at. It's cool we had tremendous titer from passing subject capped over.
Here.
Working Europe.
What do you do, we? Tell Clark Steele Ralph Jones to get back home. I heroes like a forgiving magic ETA. Amar battle attack at like 652. Awake what's possible. Certain rights too. Just want to make the boss is a... OCAP teaches victims.
In repute. 2.
Crossword. It's mandate.
Perdette Lynn. That way.
4.
Wildlife heart.
Seats! Except that his name is not black.
Line of thought her character, your. Got.
All like at the plot device. It's right there. Gulp. Let's get. Products.
Yes, that's Dad's unit!
He's dated for a while, so it's like candidacy. Anybody feel like, you know?
Game.
His dad's opting his dick!
5 minutes, let's see.
Wandered. Rich working for proper building it. Rick.
You know, I live right there. That's all wrapped up like we just hope ability. That's the end. Chapter. Oh, die.
Oh, die!
BR40 huge.
Carrots. Kit did who you, maybe a CBS to close at 3, you know? Osteoclast swell, DOA. No.
Hello!
Rival knowledge, economic ab. What's? Let's play next level.
High tech, I thought, was that she doesn't like that.
Always saying it's let's play that part.
Dylan relationship with Noble Tadra.
R.